Right along, we have a Western Digital 2 terabyte. All right, 7th generation iPad, Wi-Fi only, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage. Price $75. Right below it, we have an iPad Air, Wi-Fi only, 2013, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig drive, and it's going for $35. Right beside, we have a 2018 Apple Mac Mini going for $75. i3 2018. It's the year, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. Right below, we have a laptop bag going for $5. As we continue moving right along, we have some of our Dell docking stations, $25. $25. We have a power cord here for $8. Right here on the cart, we have 4. These are Servo 300 made by Samsung. And this one is going for $40 a piece. This particular brand right here, this one is for $75 for this particular amplifier. Up under here, monitor desk mount going for $20. Beside it, all right, Sony projector going for $175. Right below it, we have a bin of various power cables, VGA, DVI, display port, and HDMI cables that are going for $1 a piece. And we have an iPad Air, Wi-Fi only, 2013, 1 gig of RAM, 16 gig of storage. It's going for $35. Right here, we have an iMac, matte black, or gunmetal gray rather, 2017 with a Xeon processor, 64 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte of storage. Is going for $500. Beside it, we have an iMac 2019 i3, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gig drive. It's going for $150. And right beside it, we have a 2015 iMac i5 processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 500 gigs of storage, and it's going for $100. All right, so move along. MacBook Air, $250, i5 2020, 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. Here we have a Dell Latitude E5450, $25. These are the specs. Right below it, Apple laptop MacBook, $280. Here we have the specs for this one listed as well. Gonna move right along. Dell Latitude 5511, $110, and here are the specs. All right, MacBook going for $190 bucks. 2020 is the year, and here are the specs for this particular item. Right above it, we have a Rose Gold MacBook Air, $340, and these are the specs for this 2020 Rose Gold MacBook Air. Right here above it, we have another MacBook Pro. It's going for $150. It's a 2018, and here are the specs. Right here, we have an iPad 7th generation, Wi-Fi only, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and it's going for $75. All righty. Next up, we have a MacBook Pro in this case, going for $275. It's a 2018, and here are the specs. Right here, we have a MacBook Pro, $260. 2018 is the year, and here are the specs for this one as well. Moving right along, we have another MacBook Pro, $150. This is a 2017, and here are the specs. Below it, MacBook Air, $250 for this 2020 with the M1 processor. Here are the remaining specs on this item. Apple MacBook, $260. This is a 2019, and here are the specs for this particular item right here. Next up, MacBook Pro, $150. This is a 2019, and here are the remaining specs. MacBook Pro, $280. This is a 2018, going for $280 with the specs listed here. Dell Latitude 5400 for $110. This is a 2020. It doesn't have a hard drive. It's an i7, 16 gigs of RAM. MacBook again, $240. This one here is a 2019. These are the specs for this. Right here, we have a MacBook Air going for $220. It's a 2018. Those are the specs. And here we have a Microsoft Surface tablet Pro 3, 2014, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage for $35. We have keyboards. They are $1 a piece, as well as our bin with mice, which are $1 a piece as well. Inside of this bin, we have receivers, and this bin is going for $100, and you have the receivers. These are ones that clip on as well, so $100 for this bin. All right. And then right there, we have a microphone going for $10. Moving right along, we have a Dell Latitude, $65. It's a 2021. Here are the specs for this particular item. Right beside it, MacBook Pro, $250, 2017. Your specs listed here. Next up, MacBook Pro, $260, 2018. Here are the specs. All right, Microsoft Surface Pro 3, 2014, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. It's going for $35. This is a MacBook Pro, $160 for this 2017. These are the specs. Right beside it, this is a 2019 MacBook going for $210, and here are the specs listed. And then right here, a MacBook Air 2018, and these are the specs. And next up, we have this MacBook Pro, $250. This is a 2019, and these are the specs listed for this MacBook Pro. And we're gonna turn around to this MacBook Air 260. It's a 2020, and these are the specs. And then we have another Rose Gold going for $200. It's a 2019, and here are the specs for this Rose Gold MacBook Air. All right, right here we have an iMac going for $110, and here are the specs for this particular iMac. Again, it's $110 for this iMac. All right. Apple iPad 7 Gen, 32 gigs of storage, 3 gigs of RAM, going for $75. We have another Rose Gold MacBook Air, $310. It's a 2020. These are the specs. Dell Latitude 7410, $75. 2021. These are the specs. Dell Latitude, $80. 2018. Another iPad Air 7th Gen, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, $75. MacBook, $160. 2017. Your specs are listed here. Another 7th Gen iPad, $75. 225. All right, iMac 2019 i9 processor, 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigs of storage. Has a little chip right here. Price has been knocked down to $200. This one is another gunmetal gray 2017 Xeon processor, 128 gigs, 1 terabyte of storage, going for $500. And lastly on this table, MacBook Pro 280, and these are the specs listed for that. All right. Here on our top shelf, we have our monitors, various Dell monitors listed. The prices vary from anywhere from $8 up to $80 for our monitors. Again, and the prices are located on the back of the monitor. Right here, these are our testing monitors. Below those testing monitors, we have our Sony projectors. 2 of them, both are going for $175 a piece. So they each are $175 a piece. All right. Again, we have more monitors on the second shelf. Right here, beside our monitor, we have a mini PC, Dell Optiplex 5070. These are the specs. It's a 2020 i5 processor. It's going for $100. All right, Dell Optiplex 7050 going for $100. Right beside it, we have another Dell Optiplex for $100. Dell Optiplex 40. Another one listed here for $30, $110, $50, $30, $80, $40, $100. Another one going for $15. Right beside it, we have this one that has 2 graphics cards going for $120, $50, $100. Another $50 Dell Optiplex. Another one, Optiplex 7050, 2 graphic cards, $120. And these are the remaining prices: $40, $80. 2 beside each other for $40, another $100, another 2 graphic card Optiplex going for $120, $50 for this one, $100, $100 for this Dell Optiplex 7040 mini tower, $50 for the one beside it. We have another for $100. Then we have a Lenovo ThinkCentre going for $30, $100 for this Dell Optiplex 25, another one with 2 graphic. All right, Dell Optiplex 70.